Hello, my favorite artist. So I'm going to teach you how to draw two different types of tropical birds. When you first draw the toucan, it's a little bit tricky to get the oval right. It doesn't have to be perfect. The oval would change just when the bird turns its head. So it doesn't have to be exactly my oval. It could just be an oval to get you started. So you're going to start with pencil, draw lightly so you can erase. And if you really get frustrated, turn your paper over. Now make sure you put your name on your paper, and remember your teacher's going to collect your paper because we are saving artwork to go into the end of your art show. Now, for the toucan, the first thing you do is you do a pretty big oval, and I mean an oval that's like as big as your hand. Now you can't trace your hand, your hand's not an oval, but put your hand on your paper, don't do it straight up and down, tilt it a little, and just look at that for a minute. Think to yourself, I want it that big, and I want it tilted that much. So now I'm going to show you with this. I'm going to go around and make an oval. It's just like a big egg shape. Doesn't have to be perfect. Now you're going to do a rainbow out from the front of the egg. Now you're going to do a line in almost all the way to the toucan's face. Now you're going to curve up and do it like a little wobble in it. Doesn't have to be exactly like this. You're going to do a line down. These lines you'll find on the toucan's beak, they're just details. Now there's a triangle here that kind of shows where the beak attaches. There could be another line there if you want. A big outer circle of the eye, an eyelid type of circle, and the pupil inside. So we're starting to get a toucan. Now, there's another oval inside. This is the whiter part or the yellow part. This is the black part. Depends on what type of toucan it is. Now, the next thing you're going to do, believe it or not, is not the tail, but the branch that it's sitting on. So do a wobbly line to under the belly, do a wobbly line across, a wobbly line to make it a thick branch, a wobbly line all the way across. So the belly is like overlapping. The belly's sitting on the branch. And now, curve for the claws, curve for the claws. That's how the toucan's sitting, holding on. Now, from behind the branch, a line out and a line out. These are the tail feathers, okay? So this is basically it. You could put a little tuft of hair here. That looks cute. But I want you to remember, these are tropical birds in the jungle. So there's branches, vines, leaves, and a very colorful background. Now, I'm just going to do a branch here, just because I think it'll look cool. I'm going to do a vine here. Just a vine. I'm going to put some leaves on the vine like this. Okay? So I could do another vine coming like this. I could do another branch sticking out like this. Okay? It doesn't have to be exactly like this. You can just add fun stuff. You could do a circle because we just did a lot of flowers. You could do some tropical hibiscus-like flowers here. Around the bird, and then you want to make sure you take your oil pastels and really color this in. So you want to think about what color would the toucan be. I'm going to do this part yellow, and I might even add a little bit of orange, and I think I'm going to use the side of it like I'm rubbing chalk just to layer it over, and I'm just experiment really lightly. And I really want to use my yellow again, but it's right rubbed down to the paper. So if you find the point where the paper overlaps and you peel it up, you don't want to take off the whole thing like this. Don't take off the whole thing. Hold this part down and only rip off a strip so your hands don't get so dirty. Now I'm going to go over and blend. I'm going to go over the orange that's on top of the yellow. So I'm layering, I'm blending. I'm doing it light in some areas, dark in some other areas. Now there's a slide, a couple slides ahead, that show lots of examples of tropical birds, and you can look at that. I'm going to take the black and I'm going to color in the body. I still have to do the beak. It is really good to actually do the black last because when it smudges, it can get really frustrating for kids. But remember, this is handmade artwork. This is not made by a machine. It's not a computer printout. It's made by hand, so it's supposed to be unique. It's not supposed to be totally perfect and made by a machine. It's supposed to be handmade artwork made by you. So I'm coloring in the black. I would do the black tail under the branch. I think a light colored brown branch would be good. But I'm realizing now I might smudge this black a little because it's so dark and thick, and I still have to work on my beak. Now, I don't know what color you want to make your beak. They come in all different colors. Look at the examples on the next screen and see how to do the details. But remember, you're going to do different shades of green for the different background details. Okay? You're going to do maybe the branch like a light brown. I could do this color brown plus white to kind of like lighten up the branch, or I could do it darker if I wanted to. So here's a branch, and I'm adding all the details. I want to color in all these parts to make it really feel full. A lot of green in the background. It's tropical. All right, have fun. Oh, there's one more bird I want to show you. So there's another tropical bird that starts with a circle. You add a rainbow to the back. It's just a swoop to the back. You curve in for the neck and make a nice fat belly. The steps are on the next slide. You do half of a heart for the wing. You do another rainbow right here. You can add a beak like this. You can add feathers on the belly, feathers on the wing. You could do a headdress. You could do, super feathers on the head. You could do an eye. This one looks really cute with eyelashes. You need claws for the branch. You need a branch. Thicken it up. Belly sitting on the branch. How about some vines? Some leaves? You see what I mean? You could do another vine here. Another leaf here. And color it all in so it looks super tropical. And there's lots of examples coming up, how to, step by step, and finished illustrated colorful drawings to give you ideas about the color. Okay, have fun.